So I've been building a pedal board for about 5 years now, and it's been really fun. I've learned a lot of what I do and don't like, and really done a lot of research and figured out what kind of pedals I like using that fit my style, fit the way that I play, that respond to me. For example, I don't like tube screamers. But all that knowledge that has turned into this board, I am really proud of it. I'm really happy. Of course, it's probably going to change, but I really feel like I'm really starting to know myself and play in a way that fits me a lot. This board has been a long time coming. I am running it on a pedal train and using a couple of one-stop power supplies that are really nice. I'll show you what those are. And I'm running through the Iridium and through the chime setting. This is actually the second Iridium I've had. I didn't like the first one, but I just didn't understand it. I like it now that I understand it. And we use it at the church because we don't have an amp room, and that's fine. This thing's been doing just fine. I'm running it on the chime setting, and I feel like I'm getting what I want out of it. Originally, I was on the round setting, and then once I finally started to understand what the chime setting does, I started dialing it in. For example, the bass control not only controls the bass frequencies, but also some of the mid frequencies. The middle controls the high cut, and the high obviously controls where your high frequencies are. Once I figured that out, I feel like I dialed something in that's working really well for me, that doesn't sound thin and tinny, doesn't really have all that much of that modular sound to it. I think it's doing really great, and it's passing. So this is what this sounds like. First thing I run my guitar into is an AB switch. For when I'm using two guitars, I'm going to switch like that. And then I'm going straight into my Jackson Adio Bloom compression pedal. This thing is awesome. Now, there is misconception that an always-on compression pedal takes away all of your dynamic. That's just not true, especially with this pedal, the way I use it. It does bring some of the floor up, but the ceiling is exactly where I would have it even if it were off. So it's making things a little bit more clear. It's blooming my lower notes as if I'm hitting a sweet spot on an amp, and it's also giving me really good sustain, which as worship players we really need that because of the long drawn out notes that we play sometimes, as well as swells, which I don't really do a lot of swells, but it works for that. Going out of that into my Joyo PXL-Live. That thing is awesome. There are a lot of players that think you don't need one unless you're traveling, and for this one I disagree. It's helped me a lot to not toe tap while I'm playing, and that's important to me. I also want my pedals to last as long as possible and to resell very well, so the less I'm messing with them, the longer they're going to last. It has a MIDI out. I'm running the MIDI out, and it's working very well. It makes playing on Sundays just really easy. I highly recommend it if you're looking for something that's low price and really simple and really effective. It does really great. Out of that, I'm going into my first overdrive, which is the KEP pedals overdrive. It is a Bluesbreaker Circuit. I don't even think he has a name for it. He's a really small builder on reverb, and he does really cool stuff. I love this pedal. It is a King of Tone-esque pedal, Bluesbreaker, and I think I paid $60 for a King of Tone type of sound, and it does amazing. Now, there's gonna be a lot of haters in the comments, hopefully, that say it's not the King of Tone. That's fine. It works for me, and that's what matters. Again, when I turn it on, it just makes everything sound really round and present. It does great at that. The overdrive is super nice. It's super smooth. It does great for rhythm. I do a little bit of lead, like if I'm doing like a lower gain lead, I'll use it. It does great for that, but for rhythm, it is amazing. It's really tight and punchy. Next after that, I've got the Walrus Audio Ages. That thing is awesome. It's also based off of a Bluesbreaker, but it's not full Bluesbreaker. I think I'm using gain stage 2 or 3. I'll show it in the video. And I've got the bass turned up pretty high. Here's why I do that. When I'm playing single note stuff, which I do a lot with this pedal, I don't want it to come through thin and tinny. I want it to come through really strong. Everybody's doing live stream now, and let's just be honest, our tone that we hear in our ears does not come through the same when it hits the live stream, and a lot of times it sounds thinner. So what I've started doing is the higher gain stage, the more bass I'm adding in so that it sounds strong and punchy. It doesn't lose its character and its drive. It's been working really well for me like that. I use this for both the rhythm and lead stuff. That's what it sounds like. That I'm running into my Benson Preamp. That thing is just so awesome. It's my third stage. Again, you're gonna hear a lot of bass in it when I'm playing chords. I don't use it a lot for chords. I use it mainly for big solo soaring leads, instrumental type of stuff when, you know, the guitar is basically supposed to be the lead instrument, the vocal. At that point, that's when I'm using it, and it does so good for that. The way that thing breaks up is super nice. It's obviously based off of one of their Benson, I think it's the Chimera amp or Chimera, and that thing is super awesome. This is what that sounds like. After that, I'm going to the POG2. That thing is so fun. Make sure you power it right. Make sure you're putting the right power into it, or else it doesn't sound like it's supposed to. I use it for obviously high and low octaves, and I also use it for some pads. It does great for both. If you're looking for something, especially if you're the only guitar player on stage most of the time like I am, this thing helps out a lot. Here's what it sounds like. After that, I'm running to the Strymon timeline. Of course, yes, I also have a Strymon, but they're just, I've tried so many other delay pedals. This thing does it all, and it just makes everything mindless. I know what to expect and what to get out of it. Here's Raise Hallelujah and a few other things on it. It's the Strymon BigSky, same thing. It's just reliable and it works really well, and it's mindless for me. So I've got 3 settings that I mainly use on it, and here are those. After that, I got the new Walrus Adio Julia with the artwork that was specific to this year. It is so cool. I love playing that song on Champion. I love playing Champion just because I can use the BigSky and the Walrus Audio Julia with it. It is so cool. Here's what that sounds like. Appreciate you guys watching this video and looking through my pedal board. If you have any questions, let me know. I typically respond to comments pretty quickly, and if you need any help with putting a board together or what kind of guitar to buy next, let me know. I am fully happy to help anyone with their search and their journey for the gear that they like. I really appreciate you guys joining me, and I'll see you on the next video.